Hello, my name is Shawn and I'm running for District Court Judge in the 6th Judicial District. I'm here today to talk about experience matters and why. But before I do that, I want to talk about this phase of the election. This is what I've been calling the job interview phase of the election, and I call it that because the voters have selected the two candidates that they want to know more about before they go to the polls on November 5th and make their choice. I also like that example of a job interview because we've all been through a job interview before. Some of us may have conducted a job interview themselves, so we know what type of information to expect. We expect specific information about experience. So with that in mind, when we're talking about our experience, ask yourself the following questions. Are we answering your questions? Number two, are we giving you the specific information that you need? Here are some phrases that you should be listening for when we're talking about our experience. Listen for this. I did this, or I appeared in court and tried these kinds of cases. I did this when. We should be talking about our own experience. And so why is this important? This is important, well, first of all, the judge race is on the backside of the ballot beneath the soil and water district. Don't judge it by the location on the ballot. In fact, start by flipping the ballot over. It's important for this one reason. Judicial decisions have real life consequences. Let me give you a couple examples of that. First of all, imagine yourself with a criminal jury trial. If that trial is not handled properly, it may end up in a mistrial. If that happens, we have to start all over again. Now imagine that from the context of a crime victim. You have to relive it yet once again. Think about it from the context of the criminal defendant who desperately wants the case to be over with and have some finality in their lives. You have to start all over again. Think about it from the family law context. If you're seeking help from the district court trying to get parenting time, well, in family law cases, time is the enemy. You don't get that time back with your child. That's why it matters that your judges have actual courtroom experience. So let me talk about myself. My experience, I've spent 27 years in the courts and I've spent nearly every single day in the courtroom. I have criminal law experience. I'm both a prosecuting attorney and a criminal defense attorney. I have experience in family law and I have experience in general civil. I try all types of cases from conciliation court cases all the way up to complex business litigation. So I've tried countless jury trials and court trials to decision. And before you get to me, you're going to ask, well, where's that specificity you were talking about a moment ago? If you followed any of the forums, you've heard this statistic before. I went up to the court website and did an attorney search. And for my lifetime, over 27 years, I have 11,358 cases associated with my name. So that backs up the claim I'm telling you when I've been in court nearly every single day. And what that's allowed me to do is I've had the opportunity to interact with people on a daily basis. I know the key justice stakeholders. I know how the courts work. And I've interacted with parties in the courtroom. And here's one thing you may not know if you haven't been to court. Oftentimes when people are in court, it's their very worst day. And you need to know how to communicate with people when they're in that situation. And you only get that by doing it. You have to be in the courts. You have to be experiencing and interacting with parties. I have that. I'm also a hearing officer. I've sat in judgment on cases already. So you need someone that's going to be ready on the first day. So cases can move ahead without delay, and that's why experience matters. So as this election moves forward, my promise to the 6th Judicial District is simply this. I will answer your questions with specificity so you can determine who to vote for. I'm happy to speak with you directly by phone, large group or small group. Simply reach out to the website, Read for Judge, that's REED4, judge.com, and I look forward to answering your questions and continuing this job interview. Thank you so much for your time and your consideration.